Hey friends and welcome to my channel. So today I'll discuss what is language, the meaning and concept of language as well as the characteristics of language. Friends, one important thing is that in my channel you will also find the video on linguistics, the basic concepts on linguistics, its external as well as internal branches and other important things about linguistics. So don't forget to check out, link is in the description box. So now let's start today's session. So at first we have to know that what is language. So simply language is the meaningful sound unit which effectively serves the purpose of communication among the human beings. Okay. So we can say that language is the medium of transmitting message through sound system. Okay. So language has numerous definitions. Various critics define language in various ways. According to R.H. Robbins, language is a form of human communication by means of a system of symbols, principally transmitted by vocal cords. Another theorist called David Crystal defines language as human vocal noise used systematically and conventionally by a community for the purpose of communications. Then Michael Pearch in 2005 has made an extensive research while organizing a complete idea of language. According to him, language is a system communication used by the human being which has certain characteristics disguising it from forms of communication found elsewhere in the animal kingdom. Most animals communicate, but only communicate with language. So, according to Professor Pearch, other animals also communicates apart from human being, but the manners and the means of other animals' language fundamentally differ from the human being. So, thus, from this point, it can be said that language is the most valuable invisible property that soars only in the human communication. Okay. So, while elaborating the idea of the influence of social, political, and cultural activities in language, Stuart C. Pohl in 1999 defines language allows human beings to learn and adapt to changing circumstances for more quickly than would be achieved by evolution. So these are some definitions of language. Now let's check out the main features of language as well as the characteristics of language. Firstly, language is meaningful speech sound articulated by human vocal organs. Secondly, language serves communicative purpose. It enables one social being to communicate with fellow human beings. Okay. Thirdly, a language is regionally spoken by one specific community or ethnic group. Thereby, one language cannot help to serve all communicative purpose. With one language, one cannot interact all. That's why one has to acquire different languages in order to interact with different peoples of different language systems. So, fourthly, language always carries a message, and this message is always meaningful. Fifthly, language is constituted by some sounds, and the sounds are always meaningful units. Language is learned through imitation and listening. If someone never hears any language after birth, then language learning will almost be impossible for him or her. Apart from this, language learning needs training. While living as a social being, one person can easily learn language of their community. But the other creatures produce some sounds. But only human beings have developed one distinctive civilization and culture for own through language. Okay. A language is almost like a biological organism because it is also marked by its origin, then growth and development as well as evolution. So friends, these are the characteristics of language. So now I'm attaching some important materials from my book related to the topics such as the functions of language, the role of language across curriculum, and a brief historical background of language development. Like what are the language family that we know, that Indo-European language family, and how Indo-European language family is discovered, all these things. Okay. So now just check out those materials.